Portions of this show are recorded. Strap in and be prepared.
Curious what the narrative's going to be now about the Oregon football team.
Did they get another unranked win?
Another unranked win. You know, you just can't get out of your own way, folks.
Interesting guests.
Kelly Graves, Mike Parker, Josh Pate, Melissa Lombardi, Yogi Roth, who said that Justin and I are smart.
Sharp opinions.
What's amazing to me is we're talking about a 10-1 team that's 7-1 in the Big Ten, like they're underdogs.
I know.
It's like, wow, how did that happen?
And some smiles.
No, I really put some effort in there.
And there was no try, there was just do, and you did. So no, I was
Yoda.
because
It's Danny Havel.
I mean, it's wave after wave after wave after wave of talent. That's good coaching. That is that whole culture, next man up attitude.
Justin Grossweiner.
I can't believe I'm saying this. Thank God for the Beavers. They saved the weekend for me.
Danny and Justin starts now on Fox Sports Eugene and Fox Sports Newport.
Hello, neighbors, and welcome high atop the Delta Triad, the Crystal Palace, the Bigfoot Beverages Studios, Fox Sports Eugene, Fox Sports Newport. This is the Danny and Justin and Goose radio program for Friday. Freaky Friday. Here we are. We're not interchanging bodies, but we do share one brain here for the fastest 60 minutes in sports. You can catch us live right here on Fox Sports Eugene, Fox Sports Newport, wherever you're and however, as you're up and down the valley and on the coast, and also on the podcast, Danny and Justin. Go ahead and search us out there, the fastest 60 minutes in sports. Like, subscribe, and you'll get a little notification, I guess they would call it, when we drop a new podcast, which will be right after the show's over with, if Justin can do it before he gets on the road to head to Portland, to head to Chicago to see G-Ma, mom, and sister for the holidays. As the holidays are upon us, bowl season's upon us, big bets, it's Big Bets Friday. We love Big Bets Friday. And we're watching the creamsicle uniforms of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers on the replay on NFL Network right now here in the studio. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Danny. Right over there is my tag team partner, Justin Grossweiner. We call him Baby J. Boy.
Well, I'm ready to go today. You are a little less energetic than I think I was when I came in today, but you've stepped it up as the show has started, which is awesome.
It's showtime, baby.
It's showtime.
It's not show friends.
It's always
show
great
business.
to have our buddy Goose here, and you made a great point to me the other day, which was that you don't get a ton of opportunity to be on the air with Goose because whenever you're gone, he's here.
Right.
And whenever I'm gone, he's here.
It's all Goose and Danny next week, except for Tuesday. It's all Goose all the time next week.
All Goose all the time. How do you feel about that?
I'm going to have some of my friends on. I've already going through my Rolodex of friends. I'm going to see if I can get some peeps on from my old sports writer days. So it'll be good. By
How
the way,
long
I
does that
think
take you, by the way, to go through your Rolodex?
these days it's pretty quick.
Okay,
Actually, back when I was at the paper, I had like an actual Rolodex where you would flip through and then put it in.
This guy over
now
here,
it's just a phone.
Baby J, has no idea what a Rolodex was. You had to write all of your contacts out. I actually had a book that I would carry around with me, written down, and then when somebody would change their phone number, cross out the one number, put in the new number, chicken scratching everywhere.
I think my grandmother has one.
I
don't mean that as a
G-Ma.
joke. I think she has one that she uses.
Mima would probably have one. That's the way you did it back in the. You'd have it sitting on your desk.
Yeah.
You would have actually like a lid on top of it. You'd flip it open. You'd flip through alphabetize.
Yep. And then you'd cross out the wrong number and put in the new one. And
then when somebody got married, you'd have to change their last name and then move it
Let's give my
around.
age some credit, though. I'm not that old. I mean, I use dial-up internet. So
here's the thing, though. This is a great way to start. By the way, we're going to talk bowl season because it's dying. There are still, and I'm going to ask you, how many bowls are there? No college football playoff. Just tell me how. Just take a guess. You're not going to get it right. Just take a guess.
43.
No.
36.
Oh, you saw it written down. So there are 36 bowl games outside of the college football playoff, and some of them are going away after this year. We're going to talk about that, and we're going to and actually we start tomorrow with the Celebration Bowl and the LA Bowl. So there you go. See, I had no idea. Did you have any idea we're starting bowl games tomorrow?
I only did because of our big bets.
Big bets. You had to go searching for games,
and you know what?
We couldn't
They
find
weren't very good.
No, they weren't.
That Boise State one was too big of a spread for us. But I think it's very convenient. Boise State plays Washington tomorrow, which is perfect for Jed Fish because he can take the Washington job and doesn't have to wait through the new year like all these other teams in bowls.
But the question I was going to get to is, how many phone numbers do you have memorized, Justin?
like 2 or 3.
Okay, how many phone numbers do you have memorized?
My
Goose?
wife and my parents, who both are passed away now, but I still know their old home number. That's probably
I've
it.
actually given out the wrong phone number of myself to somebody that I needed to get the right number to. And I was like, wait, that's my old number.
I literally don't know my daughter's phone number.
I don't know my son's number.
I know my wife's number. That is literally the only phone number I know. I know my old phone number back when we were on Forest Avenue in Wheaton, Illinois. But I do not, because you had to know that. You had a nickel or a dime in your pocket. You had to call home to tell mom when you got to someplace, and you had to call her and tell her when you were leaving someplace.
503-231-0329 in Portland, Oregon. That's my parents, like I say, God love them. They've been passed away for 5 or 6 years, but I still know their number.
But isn't
where I grew up.
that crazy how we used to be an encyclopedia of numbers like that? You'd have to remember. I mean, that was one of the things that my parents would grill into me is that, what's our phone number? Right. What's the house phone number? Make sure to repeat it back to me and such.
Yeah. This is one of the things I'm very bad at naturally. The recall of these things. So I used to have a hard time remembering my own addresses at times. So
303 East Forest Avenue, Wheaton, Illinois.
The one that gets me all the time is I always forget what my current zip code is because there's like, however many zip codes in the area. And so I'll move and I'll remember the one I had previously.
Because you've moved to multiple zip codes here in
I've lived
in the
everywhere in Eugene. It feels like at this point.
You haven't been in the 404 yet, though. You have not been in the 404.
I have not been.
I'm in the 404.
Yeah, that's way out
Goose,
there.
where are you? It's not way out there. It's River Road.
Isn't
I'm in the 401.
Is it technically even Eugene?
It is.
Okay, we had this conversation at one point.
Yeah, well, actually, I live, quote unquote, in the county.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay, but literally across the street is the city.
Okay, well, there you go.
Okay, so, all right, we're getting off track here. But we've got a bowl game tonight. We're not going to talk. Oh, no, tomorrow. Yeah, 2 of them tomorrow. The Celebration
Bowl is the historically black colleges championship game.
Yep. South Carolina State and Prairie View A&M at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta, Georgia. And then in Inglewood, California at SoFi, it'll be the LA Bowl on ABC at 5 p.m. It'll be 8 p.m. Pacific. Boise State and Washington.
It's the Rob Gronkowski LA Bowl.
And that's the last year of it.
Yeah.
So that's what I wanted to get to. And by the way, we do, and another number you need to remember is the Oregon Man Clinks hotline. Because right now, we're going to give away a pair of tickets to Oregon men's basketball and UC Davis. It's the Pit Crew alumni reunion game. So if you were on the Pit Crew, you get in line, you can get into the game, I think, for free. You just be treated like a student. So it'll be kind of fun. It'll be 1 o'clock. Tomorrow, I'm going to be at the game. I'm not sure what I'm going to wear. I will be in festive attire, okay, and sitting courtside with all my friends from
Christmas
the O Club.
festive?
So last year or 2 years ago, I wore my gingerbread suit. I have a suit that says "Bite Me," and it was nothing but gingerbread guys on it. So I might flash that one out, or it just might be a sweater. I'm not sure, but I will be there courtside, and I want you to come join us, not courtside, but at the game. Be caller number 5 right now on the Oregon Man Clinics hotline at 541-343-5673. Say it together, kids. 541-343-5673. You didn't say it.
I don't know it. We just talked about this. I don't know any numbers other than my wife's.
5. Caller number 5 right now. You're going to get yourself a pair of tickets to UC Davis. And Oregon men, Dana Altman's team's got to recover a bit. They could get healthy against UC Davis on the scoreboard, but not healthy on the court right now because there's still some injuries going on, some flu running through the team right now. So I don't know what we're going to see tomorrow at 1 o'clock, but come join us at MKA. We'll give away some tickets in about 10 minutes to Oregon State men's and women's basketball. So we're going to give those as a combined package, and like I said, in about 10 minutes or so. So caller number 5 right now, Oregon Man Clinics hotline, 541-343-5673. You can walk away with a couple of tickets to UC Davis and Oregon men tomorrow, MKA.
UC Davis, I was just looking up, it's UC
5
Davis.
5 and 3, I think.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they're 0-1 in conference play right now.
Okay.
Oregon's trying to get back to 500. So they're 4-5 right now. After starting 4-0, they've slid, had a rough trip to Vegas, and then USC and UCLA kind of beat them all. That USC game was one they could have won. They were right into that until the last couple of minutes. So we'll see if the Ducks can recover. I'm not one, and we already talked about it earlier this week, Baby J. I'm not one to be calling for Dana Altman's head. We've gone through this with Dana, and I don't think the game's passed him by, although we heard today, right before we got on the air, thanks Kyle Whittingham, for not saying it at 3:05. Apparently, Kyle Whittingham stepping away as the leader of the Utes, University of Utah football coach. He's been there, what, 21 years?
I thought it was 21.
Maybe 21.
He says he's stepping. Now, he didn't say, so this is where it's getting dicey for me as I read the first report. He didn't say he was retiring. He said he was stepping away. Now is the time to step away. So if someone says they're retiring, walking into the sunset, they say, I'm retiring. I'm
done,
I'm leaving.
or something.
Stepping away from the Utah program, this is the best time for me to do it, doesn't sound to me like he's going off into the sunset and retiring. Does it to you guys? Trying to read between the lines.
That doesn't, except that it feels like the last few years they've asked him, are you ready to retire? And he would say, hey, another year, maybe another year. So I don't think, again, I mean, the job out there right now is Michigan. Are we saying that we think he would go to Michigan? Because that's the only one that's open right now. I think if he had wanted to put his name out to other places, he'd have announced this 6 weeks ago before this whole thing went crazy. But so I would be surprised if he came back. He seems like a guy who's been like, hey, I mean, like Utah's his place.
I can't even see him anywhere else.
And he's got a coach in waiting. That Morgan Scally, his defensive coordinator, is the coach in waiting. So they've got all that set up.
That set.
They're ready to go, yeah. And that was, I think it makes sense for him to retire.
Yeah.
But I just think wording is
very important. It is weird wording. Maybe he just said, hey, don't call it a retirement. Maybe he's going to go be I don't know, assistant athletic director in terms of fundraising at Utah.
Okay, then wouldn't you say retiring from coaching then?
You would think so, but I don't know. I'm not a sports information director. Maybe they just had some guy who said, hey, he's stepping away.
I don't have you in here for your good looks. The Danny and Justin and Goose radio program here for a Friday. Big bets coming up. The guys from Coquel Casino will hop on. They did not do us any favors last week, and neither did the two of you, by the way. Listener Chris, I hope you call back in because we need your information. Nobody got your digits and your information because you won last week. Chris from Junction City, your best friend. And maybe you can go hook up with him tonight at the Viking Inn, and you can get all of his information out there in Junction City. But he went 4-1. I went 3-2. You guys both went 2-3. Actually, you, Coquel, Goose, you, Baby J, and Coquel all went 2-3. So right now, I'm in the lead by 2 games over you, Goose, at 37-33. You're at 35-35. Baby J, you're bringing up the rear at 33-37. So
I can't do this again.
We've only got a couple of weeks left, so we're going to end off the first segment at the end of December. Okay.
So that would be 2 more.
So actually, we only have 2 more Fridays to do.
And we've had to vary away from college football. We're bringing the NFL into play this week. Oh, yeah.
I mean, when we get to the end of December, we can start bringing in college football playoff games because the quarterfinal round will be much closer in terms of the point spreads, I would imagine.
Yeah.
So, I mean, the point spreads for the first round of the college football playoffs, I mean, Oregon's, what, a 22-point favorite right now over JMU?
I'm sure Mississippi's probably close to that, too. The other
against
two are probably
Tulane.
pretty tight, though.
I think Oklahoma, Alabama's probably going to be like a 2.5-point game, something like I would imagine it's going to be something like that. Miami game? I don't know.
Well, those
do we have point spreads out on that yet?
I'm sure
Baby J?
I'm sure we do.
Next week we can do those next week.
We can do those next week. We probably throw a couple in there,
yeah,
and some bowl games if they're decent. So, did we get a winner on the tickets yet? I think so. Did we? Yeah, we did. It is Ron Pierce from Eugene. Ron? So, Ron Pierce from Eugene. Sorry, I just got another text from the general, Jeff Oliver, who I called earlier today. I was stuck in a car wash.
Oh, you were?
The car wash stopped.
Yeah.
No.
Was it scary?
It wasn't scary. It was just I'm talking to Jeff Oliver on the phone, and all of a sudden my car stops. And all the things in the car wash all stop. Like literally right in the middle of the car wash.
You could tell that it wasn't supposed to happen.
No, but I couldn't move. I mean, because you got it
You're
in
neutral, right?
I'm in neutral, and I'm sitting there, and I would just say, Jeff, I'm stuck. And he goes, what do you mean you're stuck? I said, I'm stuck in the car wash right now. It didn't move. And the guy came, and he...
Sounds like an R. Kelly song.
It's not an R. Kelly song. He came and he says, okay, we're going to lower the thing. There's a fatal flaw in the track that was pulling the... Because, they have those little things where it pushes your wheels forward, and it stopped. So he lowered him down, and I drove out, and then I had to drive around to the front of the car wash, and they hosed the rest of my car off. and left, but they got it working. I drove past it as I was coming here to the studio, and it's working again. But, yeah, I was stuck in a car wash, and the general asked me what phone number you call when you get stuck in a car wash. I called him, apparently. So let's get back to bowl games. And by the way, congratulations, Ron. Thanks for listening. We'll give away some tickets to Oregon State here in just a minute. So can we finally put bowls to rest? I mean, I would wake up on New Year's Day, and it would be great. The Rose Bowl, the Cotton Bowl, the Orange Bowl. I mean, as a young football fan, I had my entire New Year's Day planned out around the granddaddy of them all, listening to Keith Jackson.
At 2 o'clock.
And it was fantastic. But we've lost that, and I think that we should finally the NCAA should just raise the flag and say, forget it. You got all these teams. You had 8 5 and 7 teams that were eligible for bowls who needed to be able to have slots filled for some bowls that said no. You've got a 10-2 Notre Dame, and let's probably put that off to the side because that's just sour grapes there from those guys. But you had Kansas State and Iowa State, both 6-6, 8-4, respectively, say no. Chris Kleiman retires at Kansas State. Matt Campbell takes pretty much his entire staff to Penn State from Iowa State. So they're like, we're out of here. So, I mean, why can't we just say forget it now? And I'm not going to be an advocate for 2014 playoff, but I would almost say, why can't we get rid of the bowls and start doing playoffs like the week after the conference championship games?
Yeah, I'd love to see that. I think, first off, people say, there's too many bowls. You don't have to watch them. If there's TV, if they're on TV, watch them. If not,
it's the only reason there are.
Because they're owned by ESPN, half of them.
Right.
But I'm fine with getting rid of them, too. I mean, the bowls used to be about a few things. One, like if you were an Oregon fan, it used to be cool that, hey, man, they made a bowl game this year and they're going to San Diego. It wasn't about, national title or bust. But once you reach that national title or bust phase, the bowl games aren't interesting anymore. Mm-hmm. Used to be that coaches thought the 15 days of practice were really important. Apparently they don't anymore. I mean, Notre Dame's got a redshirt freshman quarterback who was kind of up and down this year, and 15 practices and a game against BYU wouldn't have maybe helped him going into next year. I guess not, so that doesn't seem to matter to him anymore. And then the other one was fan travel, and now we see that fans, unless it's, again, if you go into El Paso, your favorite place, or even, San Diego, the Holiday Bowl.
I made one offhand comment.
But whatever, I don't think fans, because it got to the point to where you were going to the same bowls over and over, so fans were like, hey, I've been to 2 Freedom Bowls. I've been to 2 of this. So we've kind of lost it. The coaches aren't interested in it anymore. The players are opting out. It doesn't seem like anybody cares anymore except the TV. But like I say, if they keep them, I'm fine. They're just on TV, and I don't have to watch them if they're dumb.
What about you, baby?
Yeah, I think that it depends on the kind of person you are, whether or not you like the bowl game still. I'm with you. If you're somebody that cares about like the national championship, then these bowl games, I don't care about them. But I do know people that they live to wake up and just watch. It doesn't matter what university play, and if there's a football field and it's called a bowl game, then they'll watch it, and they legitimately love that. So if I would almost call them like the college football junkies, and I'm not quite that. Like I don't just sit there and enjoy. I'm not going to necessarily watch the Rob Gronkowski
LA Bowl.
Yeah, sponsored by Tostitos and whatever other company they want to attach onto it as well. But I do think that it's one of those things that it's still part of the relics of the past. And we have this idea of, hey, the Rose Bowl is really important. But now all of a sudden the Rose Bowl is not even the final game of your season potentially. And I think to me, I remember growing up as a Wisconsin fan, and I never got to watch them win a Rose Bowl. And that was something that I really, really wanted to see. But now you have to be part of the college football playoff, and then it's sort of a step along the way, and maybe you can sit there and go, well, we won the Rose Bowl, that's a big deal, but then if you lose your next game, how do you feel about that? So it used to be this thing that was super duper meaningful, but now, honestly, I think there's too many bowl games, and I would be very happy if they just cut it down. I think there just needs to be a reimagining of the way the system of college football works, and I don't see the bowl games as a part of it.
As I've said before, even at the highest level of football, the only level of football that does not have a true playoff, and I'm okay with the 12 team, is the FBS. I mean, even the SFCS has, I think, a 24 team playoff. They've figured it out. Why can't the highest level, and you can have all the way up to the semifinals, be at the higher seeds' home site? So there's an advantage for being a higher seed. So the top 12 teams, you could literally have 2 home games if you play it out right before you get to the semis. So, I mean, like right now, we've got the Myrtle Beach Bowl, we've got the Xbox Bowl, we've got the 68 Ventures Bowl. And some of these, for a community like Mobile, Alabama,
pretty cool.
It's cool for them. It's cool for the city. It's a money generator. But for the schools, most bowl games, and I was a part of seeing the behind the scenes for like with Kansas State when they go to the Alamo Bowl or whatever it was a money loser. Because the school is committed to a certain number of tickets. If they don't sell that allotment, they still have to buy those tickets. And then all of the travel that you have to have associated with that. It's not like showing up to a road game where you fly in on a Friday morning and then you play on Saturday. You're there because of media requirements. You're there from like Tuesday all the way through when you play the game if it's a Saturday game.
Yeah, because you used to have the events, the Disneyland before the Rose Bowl, but now they've wiped those out because if the games were, for the Rose Bowl, which is now a playoff game, the coaches are like, we're flying in 2 days before. We're going to get our regular routine. We're not going to go.
James Madison is flying out on Thursday to come here for the first round of the college football playoff.
That makes sense.
So that's
in the old bowl games, you would get there and you'd have the beef bowl that they all went and ate at one thing. It was great.
Beef.
I mean, as somebody who covered that, I loved being in San Antonio for the Alamo Bowl for 5 days, and there was always a media availability, and then you were
Fiesta Bowl, same thing for me. I'd go down there on a Wednesday.
That's great.
Yeah, we'd have a golf tournament and everything.
And where's the Orange Bowl again?
Miami.
It's Miami.
I was there when there was the Orange Bowl going on. I remember it was great. I remember there was a ton of people around, and
But you know what's crazy is that they're actually playing 2 playoff games in Miami.
Because the championship game.
The championship game on the rotation is there, and the quarterfinal game, if Oregon beats JMU, they will take on Texas Tech in Hard Rock Stadium in Miami.
Yeah, Oregon could play both games. If Oregon were to win it all, it would be take like a 2 trips to Miami.
Yeah, go ahead.
By the way,
maybe Woody will send us out there for both of those and just
don't hold
put
your
us
breath
up out there.
Speaking of Oregon football, Bear Alexander announced on Twitter that he's going to be back next season.
Oh, wow.
That just came across. I'm looking at that right now. By the way, I'm really enjoying some of the fans from JMU on the Twitter.
I am too.
They're having some fun.
They are.
This. They know they know what's going to happen to them probably next Saturday, but they're having fun with it nonetheless. All right, when we come back, we will. I guess
tickets. You got tickets. You got to give away.
I got more tickets to give away right now. So caller number. Let's do number 5 again. Lucky number 5. I'm going to send you. Actually, I'm not going to. Woody's going to send you to the Oregon State men's and women's games this weekend. That will be Saturday for the men, Sunday for the women, a pair of tickets for each of those games. Caller number 5 in the Oregon Man Clinics hotline at 541-343-5673. Caller number 5 will send you to Oregon State basketball this weekend. When we come back, we will start our big bets here on the Danny and Justin and Goose radio program. We'll do a quick segment here before we get into big bets because we got to pay some bills. But the ticket's still available for you if you want to go to Oregon State men's basketball on Saturday and then Oregon State women on Sunday. We've got a pair of tickets for you at Gill Coliseum for both. Caller number 5 on the Oregon Man Clinics hotline at 541-343-5673. We talked about bowls, Birmingham Bowl, Georgia Southern, and App State in Birmingham, Alabama. Good place to have the Birmingham Bowl. Do you remember the Independence Bowl?
That was talk about how but you talk about having to buy tickets. That was the whole thing. Was
Shreveport,
Bill
Louisiana.
Byrne had to buy like 12,000 tickets.
That's what I'm saying.
Which was a terrible business decision. But Oregon hadn't been to a bowl game in 35 years, so they bought all this to buy their way in, and that's what started the run of Oregon football. There are people who still say that was the moment, was when they got into a bowl game and snapped a third. But so again, back then bowls really counted. Nowadays, if Oregon were to play in the Independence Bowl, you wouldn't have one fan from here.
What's interesting is that, like, even for me, and I'm a diehard fan. I would say I'm a diehard fan. I didn't even go to the Rose Bowl last year because I'd been to the Rose Bowl 5 times, and even though it's an easy trip, it's like I would rather save my money in anticipation. It didn't work out. Of going to the next game in Georgia or Florida and such, and I think there are fans that are like that.
Yeah, absolutely.
So go ahead.
You don't have to think about too long ago when it was still the 14 playoff. Oregon didn't make it. They went to the Fiesta Bowl against Liberty, and that was a huge disappointment.
But didn't the BCS kind of have? And we talked about with Landon Tengwall yesterday. There seemed to be more excitement around going to a bowl game, even a few years back when we didn't have a 12-team playoff.
Yeah. No, 100% agree.
Yeah.
Oh, why would you? Because
now
you're a
fan
team that's
bases
competing. Why does Notre Dame care about anything other than the playoff? They have no incentive. I mean, maybe they need to start doing some of the, in college basketball, these tournaments now have
the Players Era.
Yeah, they have like NIL incentives. Maybe you have to start NIL incentivizing these bowl games.
The Players Era bowl game, that would make sense. The winning team gets $500,000 in NIL or $5 million in NIL, and the loser gets nothing. That would get teams to play.
Wow. I mean, that's what they tried to do in the NBA as well with the NBA commissioners.
Yeah, but you were dealing with multi-zillionaires. And
of course.
I'm saying it would mean a little more to.
But
the winning player on every team got
right. I'm just saying that's
listen,
money's an incentive for these players.
But for the guys that are the 8th, 9th, 10th, 12th player on that NBA roster, we were just talking about this with Travis Demers, is that in that tournament, a guy can make as much or more money than he's got on his contract just in that tournament if he makes it to the championship game.
But that's not the guy who's determining the winners and the losers. I'm saying the people who are on the court don't care as much. It's funny. It's an odd thing to where the people who care the most are the people doing the least.
Yeah. The Danny and Justin radio program, Goose, is over there as well. Thanks for tuning in. We'll do big bets here in just a few moments. Here as we'll get Coquel Casino. The guys, Brian and Sean from Coquel, will be on. And by the way, we have, and I'll say it right before we do the game here in about 10 minutes, is that you have to be within the sound of our listening voice. Listening. Yeah, you have to be in the zip codes of where we're at. So no offense to anybody else outside of the area, because you can listen online, you can listen throughout the world, and we appreciate all of those P1s. But for this contest, we're gonna and starting now, we're gonna kind of pull it back in. You need to be either in the market that we're broadcasting from, so in the Willamette Valley or on the coast, wherever it is. So that's kind of, we have to put some guardrails on it apparently. So I need to be I don't have that message refined yet, but I'll get better at it.
I think it's kind of understood.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm glad you understand it, because I
if you can hear us on the radio, you can call in. If you have to go online to listen, you probably shouldn't.
You can't. Okay. Thanks, Goose.
Or at least you can't win.
Cleared.
You can call in, but you can't win.
So, is there a bowl game that you guys can remember that you would say, what was your first bowl game, Goose? Where's the first one you went to?
Oh, that I went to? The '94 Rose Bowl.
Okay.
Against Penn State.
You've never been to a bowl game?
No.
Really?
I lived in Alaska.
Well, it doesn't matter. You can I think they have transportation from Alaska.
I was in Alaska. It's far.
It's not like Mars.
I'm not
what
saying
about the Great Alaskan Shootout? Speaking of comparing bowls to preseason college basketball tournaments, did you go to that?
I never went to that, but I did go to the Midnight Sun game. That was like the big game that I had gone to. And I had been to many professional sports games, but not too many. I mean, you took me to my first NFL game last year.
Was that last year?
Yes.
Oh yeah, we froze our rear ends off.
We had a great time though.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, was it December?
Lumen Field. Yeah, it was. No, I think it was like September.
Yeah, but it was still, it was cold.
No, it was colder. Yeah,
it was cold because I had to buy which I still have. Which anybody who wants one, I've got a once worn Seattle Seahawks zip up hoodie that I'll give to somebody because I literally was
fourth collar gets a Seahawks
freezing my rear end off. It was the Packers and the Seahawks. Yeah, that was fun.
It was super fun, and it was the game that people will remember that the Packer fans totally took over Lumen Field. And it kind of made waves because you hadn't really seen that in the past. So that was fun. Anyways.
Okay.
Haven't been to a lot of NFL or college football games.
All right. So how many times have you been to the Rose Bowl, Goose?
Boy, I went the '94 one. I went when they lost to Ohio State.
You were working as well, though.
Not in the '94 one. Okay. That one I was as a fan.
You a fan?
I went to the Rose Bowl when they lost to Terrell Pryor in Ohio State. I went. These were with the Register Guard when they beat Russell Wilson in Wisconsin, and when they beat Jameis Winston in Washington State or Florida State. So
Florida State. I was at the Florida State.
And those, let me tell you. That's a week in Southern California. There's a media room with a buffet and endless drinks all night long. It's a nice hotel in downtown. I got a media gets a police shuttle to the Rose Bowl.
No, they don't.
The media
Wow.
bus has a police escort taking us to. So seeing all these people
protect you?
to get us there within less than 5 hours. So you would get on there. It's the only time I've ever been in a police escort before, and the police escort takes the media bus and takes you right up and drops you off. It's like the greatest week in your life. It's beautiful weather.
That's awesome.
The media, all the interviews are in the media hotel, so it's like in the ballroom, so you didn't even have to leave if you don't want. You're done with work by 5 o'clock. The free restaurant and bar opens up for media at 6.
Wow, look at him living large.
And we went into Hollywood one night and went to a comedy club that David Spade, just out of nowhere, David Spade comes out and starts talking. That's pretty cool.
That is pretty cool. All right, so stories from it's just like fireside chat with Goose
There you go.
here on the Danny and Justin radio program. All right, last break before the top of the hour, which means big bets next on the Danny and Justin radio program. We'll pick the games first, and then your chance to pick games after us. Same games, however. Some NFL sprinkled in. Justin picked the games this week, so I'm going to hear Goose comment on the games that were picked at 541.
You got to get the Goose approval.
541-343-5673. The Oregon Man Clinics hotline will open up the phones next as the Danny and Justin radio program rolls on for a Friday.
These guys think they know football. The winners,
I'm the winner!
the losers.
You're not that good.
Where to buy the best tailgate food. Let's put their knowledge to the test. It's time for Big Bets.
All right, kids, it's your favorite time of the week. It's ours as well. Danny, Justin, Goose, Sean is on the phone from Coquel Casino. And no Brian today, feeling a little under the weather. So, Brian, get feeling better, buddy. We miss you. Of course, Sean, you're the brains of the operation, right, Sean?
So I've been told.
There was a pause there. The boss is still listening. I'm sure he's, lying there with the humidifier next to him or whatever it is. And did he tell you what games to pick, though, or is that all you?
He did tell me. I got it all, so I have it all out here.
All right, beautiful. All right, so we're going to do our picks first, and then we'll open up the phones. So if you want to hop on right now, be the first one, go for it. You're going to have to wait for a second at 541-343-5673, the Oregon Man Clinics hotline. Here's how it works. You've got to be within our zip codes here. So on the coast, in the valley, if you're out of state, you're not eligible to win. You got to be 21 or over. If you pick games better than us after the weekend is over with, you win a 2-night stay at Coquel Casino, $100 on your player's card. You got to be 21 or over, and you can't use the $100 for sports betting, but you use it for anything else down there, okay? And no alcohol as well. It'll be on your player's card, so you can use it for the slots and stuff like that, okay? That's how it works, kids. We're going to keep it pretty simple. All right, so Baby J, you picked the games this week. Now, normally it's just nothing but college. We don't do Oregon State, but of course they're not playing this weekend anyway, so it doesn't matter. But because there's not really that many college games left, we're going to go into the pro ranks. So we've got 4 pro games. Again, just straight up, no point spreads, just straight up wins is what you're looking for. I went 3-2 last week. You two went 2-3. Coco went 2-3. I lead by 4 games. Have we figured out you guys were going to figure out the consequence? We're getting close. We're just doing dinner.
It was dinner at Laurelwood.
Okay, dinner.
Okay,
at Laurelwood.
there we go.
Okay, we did. Okay,
I can live with that.
Okay, okay. So it's not going to be McDonald's or anything like that. Okay, here we go. All right, so tiebreaker game as well, going to be the last game. So that's going to be total points. Here we go. Let's start out. Cincinnati and Baltimore in the pro ranks. Cincinnati is the home team. Baltimore with Lamar Jackson fighting for playoff positioning. Baltimore's struggling right now. So, Baby J, I'll start with you.
Okay. I think what I heard is that T. Higgins is going to be out for this one. I don't know what's going on with Lamar Jackson in Baltimore right now. It's really hard to pick them. I do trust them a little bit more than Cincinnati, however, whose defense is just horrendous. So I'm going to go Baltimore in this one, but I do think it's close.
Goose?
I'll say, like, Joe Burrow, 5 touchdown passes to the Bengals.
I'm going with Cincy as well. And Sean, what say you?
I'm going to go ahead with Cincy as well. I mean, they just beat Baltimore a few weeks ago, so why can't they do it again?
All right. Okay, so you're on your own island there.
I don't
You're on
hate it.
Raven Island. Buffalo, New England. The Bills are like the most schizophrenic team I've seen this year in the NFL. You have no idea what's going to happen. But they are the road team. New England, the surprise under Mike Vrabel. I can't go against the Pats at home. I'm going to go Patriots in this one. Goose.
I'm going to say, I always get caught in this to where it takes me forever to realize that bad teams are now good. I'm not there yet on the Patriots, even though I know they have a better record. So my heart tells me that there's no way they can beat the Bills, even though they probably can, but give me the Bills. Long way of saying give me the Bills.
Okay. Buffalo. Sean?
I'm going to go with the Patriots as home, too. They were able to beat the Bills earlier this season on the road. I think they've only gotten better as a team. I think the Patriots can pull this one out.
All right, so two of us on New England. Goose is right now with the Bills. What say you, Mr. Grossweiner?
I do think whenever Steve ends up by himself, it always turns out pretty well from him. That being, and it is a prove-it game for New England.
Okay, so?
But I'm going with New England because I think New England's going to win the game. So Steve,
on his own.
Congratulations on getting this one.
Thank you.
Rams and Lions. It's the Stafford Bowl or the Stafford Revenge Tour again.
What about the Golf Bowl? Why can't it be the Golf Bowl?
It can be okay. It's the battle of the quarterbacks of the teams that traded each other. So, Sean, we'll start with you between the Rams and the Lions. Who do you like?
I'm going to go with the Rams. I think Stafford just plays a little bit better in that darker blue. So,
okay, Justin?
I'm going to go with the Lions. I think the Lions need this game just a little bit more, and they are a team that I still think, despite what they've been going through injury-wise, people are kind of forgetting about them. They're a really good team. I think they're going to win this one.
This one's tough for me, but I'm going to go L.A. Although I don't want L.A. to win because of the tiebreakers for the number one seed in the NFC. Doesn't matter. I think they're, especially at home, I think they're at least a touchdown favorite in this game. Go ahead, Goose.
Yeah, give me the Rams in the outdoors.
Okay, there we go. Last pro game, Denver and Green Bay. Bo Nix at home, and the Broncos are streaking right now. The Packers are fighting for positioning in that number one slot. That tie might come back to bite them.
And help them.
Or it could help them. Baby J, we'll start with you.
Well, I can't go anywhere but my Green Bay Packers.
I can't believe we were allowed to boo the Packers. You don't do duck games or beaver games. I think the Packers should have followed in the same. I know. I'm stunned by this.
Well,
that's great.
I picked the.
Go with your heart.
It's a good game, and I honestly do think they'll win the game. I initially was going to pick the Broncos. I think this is a big one for the Packers because they still play the Bears and they play the Vikings. But if they lose this game, I think that it looks tricky for them for that, especially the number one seed. But even for the division against Chicago, that becomes a must-win game. So I think there's a big one for the Packers. I do like their chances, though.
All right. Goose?
I am going to go with Denver just because I know you guys both have to take the Packers. So give me Denver.
Yeah, I mean, you need to ask me. I'm going with Green Bay. Sean, what do you say? Packers or the Broncos?
We're going to go with the Broncos. They've been undefeated at home this year. They're playing a tough team, but I'm hoping they can get it done.
That's wrong, by the way. I'm just telling you.
I don't know. It could go either way.
It's going to be a great game.
Broncos
it's going
are a good team.
Must-see television there on Sunday. So let's do our only college game, and it's the traditional game. It's Army and Navy, in neutral site. And we'll start with you down there at Coquel Casino. Sean, give me total points as well, buddy.
I'm going to go with Navy. I think they're just much better offensively, and they're going to be hard to stop on the ground. And I'm going to go with 38 points.
Going with Goose numbers there. You're going to get to go last, by the way. All right, Justin, you're next.
Okay, well, I will also go with Navy. And my total points, I'm going to go really low. I'm going to go 28.
I was going to say, you're going to go in the 20s? Really?
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to go Navy, but I'm going to bust the number past 40. I'm going to go 44 points.
So I have a coworker who's at the game.
Okay.
Her son is a cadet.
Okay.
Her and her husband have flown out there. So did we even pick the games yet? Did you guys all pick the games? Or just
we all said Navy.
Oh, well, her son's a cadet, so I'm going to go with her and take Army. And this game smells like
17 points.
10-3 for me. 13 points. Give me 13.
I have to out-goose you.
This is going to be 10-3.
You got out-goosed. The Goose out-goosed. Sean, thanks, buddy. Good luck on your picks this week. We really appreciate all your guys' support down there at Coquel. Stay safe, bud.
Absolutely. Happy holidays to you all, and thank you for having me on.
All right, we'll have you on next week. Thanks, Sean. All right, so the phone is open for you. In fact, it is not open because we've already got a listener ready to go. It's Brad who's on hold, one of our P1s. Brad, how you doing, buddy boy?
I'm doing good. This NFL thing has thrown me a little bit, though. We'll see.
All right, well, let's start out. Let's go right down the gauntlet. Baltimore, Cincinnati.
Ravens.
Okay. New England, Buffalo.
I will never, ever in my life pick New England. I will go with Buffalo.
You and Goose on the Bills. Rams, Lions.
Rams.
Okay. Packers, Broncos.
Broncos.
Wrong. Army, Navy, and total points.
I got to go Navy, and I think like 24.
24 points. You're just under Baby J and just above Goose. All right. Thanks, buddy. Thanks for listening, my friend.
Yep. Take care.
Yep. Phone line's open at 541-343-5673. It's the Oregon Man Clinic's hotline.
Breaking college news.
Okay.
Washington State has hired Kirby Moore as its head coach. He is the Missouri offensive coordinator and is a former coordinator at Fresno State. So that seems like a pretty good hire. Missouri had a pretty good offense this year.
So Eli Drinkwitz is looking for a new
offensive coordinator.
And another Alabama staffer has left to come to Oregon State for Jamarcus Shepard. Kirby.
Yep.
Kalen DeBoer is going to have to replace, I think, like 5 guys on his staff.
Yeah, but a lot of them are kind of like
analysts.
One guy was like the analyst, or like the co-quarterback. I don't think he's taken any of like those 10 full. You have your 10 full-time
assistants
that can recruit. You got your 10 guys that can recruit. I don't know that any of the guys he's taken are at that level.
So,
but he also got a ex-Duck today. We should have mentioned James Finley.
Yeah, go ahead.
James Finley is going to be his is going to be his recruiting coordinator and wide receivers coach.
So he's filling out his staff. And he's still getting ready for Oklahoma as well. So he's pulling double duty.
I think he's back for good. I thought I had heard
Jamarcus Shepard?
Yeah.
Oh no, I didn't.
I thought he was. Yeah, I thought he was going to be coaching for Alabama.
No, he is.
Okay.
Yeah,
I thought he said he was done.
Angie Machado was on earlier this week,
and
she's
saying know more than me.
She's going back and forth. All right. Let's get to Chris in Junction City, our reigning champ from last week. And I think there is a frosty beverage waiting for you at the Viking Inn with Goose here after the show. Chris, on the Oregon Man Clinics hotline at 541-343-5673. All right, buddy, you ready to go?
Let's do it.
All right. Ravens, Bengals.
Let's go with Baltimore.
Okay. So that we're evenly split now in that game. New England and Buffalo.
Let's go with Buffalo.
Okay. Rams, Lions.
Rams.
Okay. Pretty much a clean sweep there, except for you, Baby J. You're on
Nobody believes in the
Island.
Lions.
Denver, Green Bay. Careful.
I hate to go against my guy Bo Nix, but I hate to go against you guys too. So
all right.
Green Bay.
Attaboy, see? My
feelings exactly.
Now that is a true listener
Did
right there.
Did he give Woody his contact info?
Yeah, he did. Yeah,
okay.
He's got everything now. Army, Navy, and total points.
Navy and 27.
27?
Yes.
You realize you're just one off of where Baby J is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay, that's strategic right there. Thanks, Chris. Thanks for listening. Be a part of the program. All right.
I got more breaking news.
Okay.
This goes back to what we talked about at the beginning of the show. You were absolutely correct. According to Stuart Mandel, Kyle Whittingham is not retiring and will seek other coaching opportunities, a source tells The Athletic.
When someone says I'm stepping away
that
and not saying they're
right?
retiring.
Doesn't that scream Michigan?
That's what same conclusion I drew.
But do you really want that job right now?
Oh, yeah.
Why not?
It's
a
lot of
Michigan
money.
job. Yeah. He's
be like 66, too. So, I mean, you could go do it for 5 years and then have your next person, I don't know if he's got a kid or somebody who take it over for him, but according to Stuart Mandel, Kyle Whittingham is seeking other jobs. So unless that other job is offensive coordinator at Missouri, which we just learned is open, then Kyle Whittingham is seeking another job.
So via our Twitter at Bigger Bets with a 1 for the I on Bigger Bets, Anthony has given us his picks. He's taken the Broncos, the Rams, the Bills, the Ravens. He's got Navy and 51 points. So thanks for going to Bigger Bets, Anthony, and putting that in. The General, Jeff Oliver, has also chimed in.
I know he was in our listening audience.
Yes, Baltimore. He's going Baltimore, New England, Lions, Green Bay, and Navy. And total points, he's 39. All right, so back on the phone right now at the Oregon Man Clinic's hotline at 541-343-5673. Steve, he's in my neck of the woods in Santa Clara joining us. Thanks for tuning in, Steve. Thanks for participating. How are you today?
Doing good. How about you guys?
We're doing excellent, my friend. Excellent. So, you ready to pick some games?
You betcha.
All right, here we go. Let's start out with Cincinnati, Baltimore. Who do you like?
Baltimore.
Okay. New England, Buffalo.
New England.
Rams, Lions.
Rams.
Rams. That's very nice. Denver, Green Bay.
Ah, God, that's a tough one.
Yeah.
Green Bay.
See? I love it when the listeners fall in line. Army and Navy, and give me total points.
Navy, and let's go 26.
Wow, we've got 24, 26, 27, and 28 right now for points.
Oh, God, I should have listened closer.
Thanks, Steve. Thanks for listening, buddy. We appreciate you, man. Have a good weekend.
All
right, there we go. Yeah, I mean, and in line, I got to go back to the Twitter. And by the way, if you can't call in, you can't get through, go to the Twitter, and you've got until the kickoff of the first game. Okay, so you've got until the Army-Navy game.
You can think about it a little bit.
You can think about it. You don't have to do it right now, but you can think about it. And of course, as Steve just found out, listening to what the other tiebreaker points are is somewhat advantageous. So, yeah, we've got 51. We've got online as well. We've got 39, I think. That's what we've got there. So, yeah, we've got pretty much the gamut covered right now. So the phone line is open for you at 541-343-5673. That's the Oregon Man Clinic's hotline. We got time for maybe a couple more calls. We got a lot of participation today. I love that. And I like that the Twitter's starting to get some participation as well.
Are we going to Coquel to draw like in late January? Was that the plan?
That is our plan.
Live show on a Friday and we draw the winner?
We're going to do a show Friday down in Coquel. The guys at Coquel don't know this yet, but we're going to go down and it's going to be kind of like inviting ourselves into the living room or staying over for dinner. So we are going to go down and do our big Friday show where we're going to draw the winner of the Super Bowl suite.
Probably on like January 23rd or 30th.
Something like that. So we give the winner enough time to be able to make their plans as well. So, and by the way, I'm glad you brought that up because anybody who is called in participating in the program, we got to include the Twitter guys on it. They get a chance in that Super Bowl drawing, okay? Now, like with Chris, you're going to get multiple chances because you won. If you win, you get extra chances. So everyone's name's going to go into a big hat, and we're going to draw out one, and that person's going to win a suite at the Coquel Casino. It's their Coquel suite. It is magnificent. I've seen it. It's fantastic. And all the food you can shove in your mouth. Now, you got to pay for your own drinks, but if alcoholic drinks, if you want just soda and stuff like that, they're going to provide that for you. But we'll have that down there in the big game, the Super Bowl party that they're going to have at Coquel Casino. So Monday on the program, we'll have Dave Riggert, the voice of JMU. Looks like we'll have...
I think Austin Meek, folks around here should know him, my former co-worker at the Register Guard. I texted him this week and said, I want him on next week. We'll see what's going on with Michigan, if they have a hire or if they have any additional news on Sharon Moore. But I think Austin Meek will be joining us. And I might try to get Kerry Eggers on as well, who came on once when Baby Jay and I did the show, and he's got a new book out and some other things, so he can talk Blazers and Beavers.
All right, so real quick, why don't you talk about what you're doing this weekend tomorrow after the basketball game? You've got there's something you're doing.
There's a great event. It's called the Abominable Celebration. It's kind of a wintry celebration at Bierstein.
Okay,
I'm on the board of directors for the Ronald McDonald House, and we are the charity sponsor for it. So it's from 3 to 8 at the Bierstein. Sampling with Hopworks all day. There's a Yeti Roar at 5, 6:30, a Frozen T-shirt contest, raffle winners that are given away at 8 o'clock. So
wait a second, you know, a Frozen T-shirt
contest?
Get
a Frozen T-shirt and you have to try to pull it apart, and it's a contest to see how you can do it. It's not a wet T-shirt contest.
So there.
Let's get your mind out of the gutter.
So anyway, the Abominable Celebration 3 to 8 tomorrow. So if you go to the Duck basketball game at 1, swing by, come say hi. I'll be there giving out some free swag for the Ronald McDonald House and telling you all about it. And say hi and say I listened to the Danny and Justin show. And you can get some free, tastings from Hopworks.
And I'll bring some stuff as well. We'll be down there. I guarantee you we'll be down there.
Cool.
Oh, a joke!
I got fired from the bank today. A woman asked me to check her balance, so I pushed her.
Dad jokes!
I have a twin brother, guys. I don't know if you knew that.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. We used to be womb mates.
Well, then my twin sister was my womb mate.
Womb mate.
Yeah, you should have had him do it. It would have been a real one. It would have been telling the truth.
Yeah, that's applicable to me in my life.
Except he's not a dad, so he can't tell a dad joke.
No.
Well, at least not that he's aware of.
See, we have to say goodbye to Justin. He's going away for a week.
Have a great time in Chicago,
guys.
buddy.
It's been fun.
Eat some pizza for me. For Goose, for Baby J, I'm just plain old Danny. God bless. Put a smile on your face. Someone else's. They deserve it. So do you. Goose and I will be back on Monday here on the radio program. Peace.